Because when you go one by one, unit by unit, skills are decided there. You will feel bad, you will get a little lost, but then everything will be fine. Everyone wants to be a sniper scout, but no one wants to run a little for 11 minutes. Renko, tell me that you have never been scared in your life. Tell my mom that you are going to Poland, as I am. Go to Mariupol. Is there any tension in the regiment? There is. Do you want to go? Yes. And you? How are you doing? Everything is fine. Put the head down. Team 1, 2, 3. We are right in front. 100 meters. I'm asking you. The meeting is above your head. And if I have a bad vision, they will take me to Azov. And I can be a sniper. What are the rules of reconnaissance? Everyone comes to Azov just to be marksmen and scouts. I have a weak physical education. What should I do? Creep. There are a lot of abstract questions. The answer will be obvious. Come try, and you will see everything. Physical education is the basis. NATO. This is the basis for any discipline. For medicine, for tactics, for general military training. Everyone wants to be a scout and a sniper, but no one wants to run a little for 11 minutes. There are strict rules. This is pull-ups, running, rest, pull-ups. For me, it's a knockdown. Who can pull up and weighs more than 100 is a set of free rights. We call it fat rights complex. You need physical education, especially running. Running from artillery. But even if you have a bad physical education, come to Azov and we will pull you up. Pulling. Poland. I think a weak person is made by his thoughts. And everything else is just as a result of his thoughts. Shards of 152mm gunpowder artillery. In fact, only thoughts. What can a weak person do? Just think and then you drive yourself. It was imposed by some colleagues, friends, and so on. You gathered all these thoughts around you and start yourself. This is the situation in which you are in the environment and the person depends on it. And thoughts already provoke all the actions that he does. And actions or inactivity make him weak. Faster, faster, closer, closer, closer. Come on. If it's hard, then it's as the instructors told us, the mind decides you. I'm asking you, are you tired? No. When I took the Syrian course, every evening I came up to my brother and said, I'm going to knock on the door tomorrow and get off the course because I can't anymore. And he says, no, let's do it in the evening, like with the kids, and you'll see. And there, if we knock on 2 and we said that every day until the end of the course, a week remains, and we say, well, okay, let's do it. I could not. I roared. It was very difficult for me. I never did sports. I had weak physical parameters, weak in everything. And here are the circumstances that you need. I want, but I can't. Yes. He constantly told me, come on tomorrow. In short, if anything, we will knock there. And so it did not knock. So it came successfully in Sargans. That's it. Go through all the preparation, go back. The commander determines whether to prepare for the performance of the tasks set. You need to pass the book. This is the minimum. After passing the book, you continue training in your unit. And there you already get everything. Well, like, you have to understand that we have never had a fighter who is not ready for combat. At first, they will teach him everything, check if he is psychologically ready. And if he is satisfied with his commander as a fighter, then he will only go on some tasks. If a soldier will meet the standards of combat readiness for his unit, then the commander will send him on a combat mission.
Норми, нормативи бойової готовності для свого підрозділу, тоді командир відправить його на бойове завдання.
Three or 1, 2, 3. No. Should I go if my knee is itching? I would have shown you, but you left it. Weak is looking for an excuse, strong is looking for an opportunity. Such people just write on Instagram, in the press, somewhere else. They just write such stupid questions. He may not have anything, and there may not be anything. He is now in his apartment in Tuma, and someone is waiting for him there, and someone says no. The fact is that now there is a full-scale war going on, and 18-year-old people are being thrown. They get injuries, civilians, and some guy asks if he has a direct injury to the stomach, or if he can donate 100 hryvnias to the army.
Травми цивільні, а якийсь тип питає, в мене там, тромб прямої кишки, чи можна мені не йти в армію, а просто донатити там 100 гривень?
No. If there really is a health problem, then it can be a problem. Because as experience has shown, at some point everyone becomes an infantryman. Here all 4 people have received injuries in their time. Yes. Well, I, for example, as the youngest, can say for 18-year-old boys who still do not understand, who think that such as Horace, like Mazda, like Dennis will fight, and we can still learn, and so on. I will say that this war will hit everyone. It has already hit almost everyone. And you need to take, how to say, eggs in a fist and prepare at least. And it is even better to join our lads and other parts of the Ukrainian armed forces. The will, the fist, and the strength of the brain. Yes, forward. We have a guy in this camp. I would not say that he will give up the visa, he did not give it, but all the psychological moments, our data, and according to the study, he shows at the highest level. That is, he is trying. He wants to be in the unit, wear uniform. And I hope, and he promised me that the time will come and he will give up the visa, and that's it. That is, if he wants to be among the best, he will do everything to become one. In short, when I was born, I was immediately told how I will behave in the first fight. Such a bro, well, you will feel bad, you will lose a little, but then everything will be fine. I lost my first fight. Me too. Moreover, I will say that in every first fight I lost my wife. You adapt to the conditions, or you do not adapt in which you are. Well, I would say so. I think you just don't have to think about how I will behave. They teach you, you pass the test. You are in the unit, where next to you is also your brother. And the most important thing is not to think about how you can put it there. And when the fight begins, you have to play your role, do your job. And at the same time communicate to your unit and see your comrades. Just do not rush in. And there, when the shooting begins, the fight begins, you will not think much about it. Just do your job. There are instructors, there are sergeants. They teach standard procedures, standard actions. You work on the scales, on the training, every day. And you just need to eat porridge, listen to your mother, love Ukraine. Eat porridge, listen to instructors, do what the commanders say. Listen to the commanders clearly. This is very important too. And porridge. And you need to wear a hat. In my first fight, I was really scared. I had such big eyes. The first contact with me was from 20 meters in the forest. We immediately had a secret. Good afternoon. I just lay down and looked. It was so dense. It was interesting. I took off from the enemy. We were driving in the car, and we started with 3 machine guns. Even with 2 guns, as it turned out, we started to shoot. I fell out of the car, almost on the move. I fell into a ditch. I roared there, and then they told me what to do. Well, I have 120. You run away, you have another 120. You have another 120. And that's how it happened to me. You just have to do what they tell you. And that's it. Skills are worked out to automatism. If you have these skills, in any case, most people are a little lost in their first fight. But these skills in the future give you the opportunity to get together with thoughts and start doing what you have to do. First of all, every serviceman is an infantryman. This is the basis. Everything else. There is such a thing called personnel policy. But if a person stands out in his qualities, for example, he shoots very skillfully, and he has certain skills, characteristic for a marksman of the future, and the commander can give him the opportunity to develop in this direction. This is not a problem. There is a certain selection, according to the level of understanding, according to the physical level, according to the skills. For example, if a person has been a driver all his life, it would be perfect to, and if he really wants real skills, to use it, for example, as a driver mechanic of a combat vehicle. In principle, yes, it is possible. It will only depend on the people and the commanders of the unit. Can you destroy if you have the first fight 20 meters away? You can plant in that direction. I know why. This person is a theorist. She heard something somewhere. Read the comments. In general, infantry fighting, by planting in that direction, she took the wrong vision for herself. The introduction of combat actions, when everyone just shoots somewhere, but at the same time, no one talks about direct contact fights, where you go out on infantry, at small distances, at medium distances, when you really fire. And just here, the factor of an accurate shot is decided, and the composition of the unit, because when you go one by one, unit by unit, there the skills are decided. And if you just want to die, just because you started shooting, then of course do not shoot at all. Artillery can pour bullets directly into the sky. Aviation can just shoot. You will repack the field, infantry, and you personally. If you do not see the reason, learn to shoot accurately. You will just pour in that direction, and on the other side the enemy will shoot you very clearly and smoothly. In short, you can pour in that direction until the enemy comes up to 50 meters. He can shoot you from 500 meters because he knows how to shoot. That's for sure, and you are not interested. You do not know. Fire training in the army, in military units. I think it's too much. The guys are pouring against the background, pouring in that direction. There is no target. There is nothing at all. Empty fields. They just, in the direction of the barrel, they check that the weapons are fired. Yes, just in that direction. And the second problem is that, cannot properly, normally, in general in the troops, just globally, yes, right, for interesting people, it is necessary to shoot. Everyone just shoots. And it is necessary to learn to shoot correctly. And exactly, because it's more important. That's why they just shoot like that. The course of fire, which is prescribed by us, created for the military service. After passing this course of fire, I was able to effectively use my weapon in any conditions, in any weather, at any time of the day, and effectively hit the enemy on the entire effective distance from this weapon. from this weapon. Then there will be 3. Fire, 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 fire. By the way, this guy, Raptor, who got there, famous this video. Yes, where he is there. Check, check, check. Plane. A rifle, 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 rifle. There is nothing complicated in this, just a little bit to connect the brain, train the mechanics of actions, and that's it. What do you think as an instructor? Yes. Well, if you have an archer, then I think you will not feel the difference as critical, just the ergonomics will be a little different. But you will already have a combat army weapon. Therefore, if you can easily pass, you can. Even if there is an archer. Any archery weapon is a weapon. And if you have the first skills, then you will learn something with the SCAR, something with the M series, that is R, or with the AK, or I don't know what else. Well, there is no problem at all. Skills and skills of the archer do not influence the inability to work with a 110mm main rifle. Was that the question? And can I get used to the Twassen if I have an air platform, a weapon? Yes, you can. A little bit of everything there. Is it enough to fight back from the army? To land an air landing in the Crimea? Probably not. Is it enough to hit a cardboard target? Probably yes. But a fight is not just shooting. It is not just a shooting weapon. It is a large piece of planning, intelligence, logistics, supply, and so on and so forth. It's not just shooting, it's medicine. Artillerymen work on their own business, mechanics, drivers turn the ram. But shooting in the field is better than not shooting in the field, especially if you do it right. You can say, if a person says, I have been going to the field for a year, I doubt that he has been shooting there all year round. He can go there once a week or twice a week. We calculate the number of hours, how much ammunition there is, and we come up with such a lot. Shooting training is just one of the directions. You just pump up your shooting skills, and if you have it, it's great. But he does not do it without you. Let's go. I want to, but I can't. If you want to. And you are a philosopher. Why don't you just go? I don't know. Renko, tell me that you have never been scared in your life. In fact, every fight is scary. The one who is not afraid is a fool, because he is just looking for death. I'm afraid of darkness. You just have to overcome yourself. If you want to go, tell your mother that you are going to Poland. Go to Mariupol. The main thing is to always be honest with yourself. If you're just afraid, just tell yourself, no, I'm not ready for war. And that's it. I'll forget this idea. And sooner or later, I'll get prize. But if you've really settled, and if you really know some friends who serve there, you know all the details, and just make a key decision. Because if you don't accept it, maybe in the future they will accept it for you. And here, in principle, there is a decision without a decision. It will still be accepted by most. I have an instruction. You call Picker. He says there is a goodwill. You give the address, and that's it. You will continue to be afraid. They will just call you, or go more often to some places. There are channels in Telegram, Kyiv Info, where they give out information. Just be brave. Come and say, give it to me. Motivation and desire. Motivation and desire, for sure. Before I came to the Azov, I did not have any skills, nothing. Only desire and motivation. Because I was 17 and a half years old, and all I shot was at the training camps. And I came here, I had a lot of motivation, a desire to serve in Azov. And I was taught everything here. Without motivation and desire, there will be no skills. With skills and what else? Experience. With skills and experience. Without motivation, they know nothing. Apparently, the first thing is motivation and desire. They give birth to skills and skills. I also wanted to say that this is complex, because now people who are looking for excuses find excuses for not learning anything. If I have motivation and desire, and they come and say, "Do you hear, Azov, what are you doing here?" Our aim is not to kill. If I am in battle, I will pour into the side of the enemy. I am motivated, I will be on the other side, like a lizard. You have the right to do this. Is there any delay in the regiment? By the way, there is. We cannot go without a headshot. You can sit. You can't go without a headshot. It is forbidden to move on foot on the comb. And one by one. And while you are thinking whether to go or not, we went to work. There is a tower. Oh yes, I forgot. I went to fuck. Will you go out on the 6th? A couple of steps. Well, backstage will definitely work out. According to our material, there are 20 seconds.
Секунд на 20, типа, знаєте?